Hello everyone. Today your host Akash Rathi presenting in front of you our first guest, Miss Nandini Sharma. She's from Jaipur, Rajasthan. She's also a good dancer as well as she's a really good team player. She recently got placed in Amazon at a package of 25 LPA. So today we will be exploring her more about her interview experience, how she prepared for it, what are the different resources she used. So coming to you, Nandini, did I miss anything about you?
No, I think you covered all about me.
Okay, so we would like to know more about your background and what about your parents, like what your parents do.
So, my parents, both my father and mother are teachers, and my father is a physics teacher, and my mother is a government English teacher. My father did BTech from mechanical engineering, from mechanical background. So, he is from Kota Engineering College. So this is my family background. Till now, there is no computer science engineer from my family. So I think I will be the first one. So this is my background. Mostly they are doctors in my family.
So didn't they push you for taking the bio in 12th or 11th, 12th?
Actually, I was more interested in mathematics, so I choose this
Okay.
field.
So moving toward the next question. So as we all know that you got selected for the Amazon and that's among the big giant. So how you applied for that? Is it by through some LinkedIn or directly you applied or any other reference or some other post? What resources you used to apply for that?
Okay, so from the last 1 year, I'm applying to Amazon from the Amazon career site, that is Amazon.jobs site. So I applied for many jobs. I filled many forms out there, but I haven't got any reply from there. But recently in October, in October actually, I filled a form that is Amazon Wow. That is particularly for women. So I filled that form and I got a link in October itself for the online assessment, first online assessment. So this is how I applied for the Amazon. I didn't took any referral from anyone.
That's really amazing because that's a different type of opportunity that you get. You got a separate pipeline for yourself only, like for the women's. That's really amazing because I also applied for Amazon and at that time they rejected me. Just after seeing my resume, I don't even get the first round coding round. So no issue in that. So how many different rounds were there? Like I heard about there are multiple
So
rounds they take.
yeah. So I'm in my case, I have 5 rounds. There were 2 online assessment rounds and 3 technical interviews.
Okay, total 5 rounds.
In first online assessment, there were 9 sections, and the first section is of hands-on, that is programming. I got one programming question and 8 other sections that were based on MCQs and of different technical subjects like DBMS, operating systems, OOPS, and Linux, networking, and pseudocodes and data structures, system designs. So there were 9 different sections,
Okay.
and the duration was 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours for the first round, and then after clearing that, I got the link for second round that was on hacker rank. It consists of 2 DSA questions that I have to do in 60 minutes, and after that there was a another assessment that based on the Amazon 14 leadership principles. So the 14, I suggest that one should also learn the 14 leadership principles if you want to go into Amazon.
Can you elaborate that 40 leadership principles?
14
14,
leadership,
4.
14 leadership principles. So there are certain norms that Amazon follows, that Amazon thinks that this should be in his or her software development engineer, or any engineer that is going into the Amazon. So Amazon believes that this 14 principles should be in that person. So in Amazon interviews or in Amazon online assessments, you find those questions related to those norms which Amazon follows.
Okay. And then third round?
Yes. Uh, After that, there were 3 technical interviews. So these are the 2 online assessments, and I have cleared the second round as well, and I got the link for the interview. So my first interview was on 13th Jan, and my second interview was also on 13th Jan.
You interview in a day.
Yeah. So in my first interview, so in all of the interviews, they first introduce him themselves, and then they ask you to introduce yourself. So in my introduction, I have demonstrate my skills, as well as I have also tell them my 4 years of journey in very brief. And apart from that, I have told my goals to them. So this is my interview, and also I explain my projects to them. So this is all about my interview that I have told them, and after that they jump to the technical questions. So in my first round, they gave me two technical questions. There were actually two interviewers that were sitting in front of me. So they gave me two DSA questions. The first question was based on the recursion, and the second question was based on the hash maps and heaps. So I first explained them the brute force approach, and then I come to the optimal solution, and then the most optimal solution, and then they will ask me to then they asked me to code that solution. And this is the end of the first interview. Then they at the end they asked me that, do you have any questions for us? So I was very curious to know that what technology behind the load balancers that Amazon used. So I asked that question. And
Okay.
here's my first interview ends. And after 30 minutes, I got the link for the second interview.
Sorry to interrupt you right now. Like, how you set the difficulty level of this interview round, first technical interview round, on the scale of 0 to 10?
Yes. So I would like to tell you according to the lead code. So mostly in the Amazon, or I will say in Google also, in Google interviews, they will ask you the medium questions of lead code, and medium or hard question according to the Geeks for Geeks. So in my first technical interview, there were the lead code medium questions that were asked. And in second interview also there were a lead code medium question, and in the third interview there was the lead code hard question. So mostly they ask lead code medium question, but really they ask lead code hard question. So this is their level.
Can you elaborate about the fifth round? Like, what type of question they ask at that time?
Okay, so my fifth round was a bar raiser round, and it is the pitching round in which the interviewer was, it's a job of the interviewer to put you into the uncomfortable situation. So he asked me many questions. He asked me questions about the leadership principle. So at the starting, he asked me that what was a project that you made which make you feel proud about yourself. So there was a project that I have made from the scratch, that is from my own, without any guidance or without having any mentor over me. So I told him that I felt proud because of I felt proud for that project. Then he told me that why you feel proud about that project. Then he started discussing about the features of that project. He asked me that how you made this feature. Then he asked me about another project that I have mentioned in my resume. He asked me to explain that project. He asked me that what are the use cases of this project. He asked me that how was your journey while you are making that project. So these questions he asked. Then he come to the Amazon leadership principles, and he asked me that when was the time when you were failed to give your projects on time. So I told him that when I was in my second and third year, I failed to give my two projects on time to my respective mentor. So he asked me that why it was so, why you failed. So I told him that because I was beginner, I have a habit of learning things in very deep. So because of being a beginner, I failed. I think I failed to give project on time. But after that, every project that I have made, I promised to myself, or I managed to give that on time. So this was a conversation, and that this whole conversation went along 30 to 40 minutes. Yes.
So
So
it was a bar raiser round. Our research about this was a bar raiser round. Thank you for telling it. So it's something new. So how much
so
time
he
the?
was he
Yeah, yeah.
was 10-year experienced person.
Okay.
So that was a different experience from the. This was a different experience as of the first and second interview that I have uh, that I have taken. So in this round, I he was not so friendly as as the first and second interview.
I,
He's trying to put into uncomfortable situation. I think that's his job, but it was fun.
at last you got an opportunity to check also that attitude of the interviewer. So coming, yeah, all of the rounds are finished, I think.
Just in last round, they were he then asked me a DSA question that he gave me 20 minutes for that.
Okay. So
That's all.
on what data structure he asked the question?
On last round, he asked me a data structure was of strings and arrays, but that was a logic building question that was of hard level according to the Geeks for Geeks.
Okay, not a simple level. I'll just extract out the element at the index 0 or 5. Not a simple
That
like
was
okay. So after the interview process get finished, how much time Amazon took to display your result?
so it took 20 to 25 days.
And then when you know about that, you got selected. Like I want the real expression right now. Like how you feel, how your family feel at that time when you heard that you got selected for a big giant such as Amazon, even at a package of 25 LPA. How you feel?
So this that was a great feeling as it is my biggest opportunity till it was my biggest achievement till now. So that was a great feeling. I first told about this to my parents, and and I can't explain their happiness. So overall, it was a great feeling.
जिन जैसे हमारी छोरे के छोरों से कम है. So, moving to the main question that will help our audience, like what are the different resources you used for everything, such as DSA, coding, and subject matter knowledge for everything?
So, starting from the first year, in the first year, I have started learning from the from Saurabh Shukla sir, that is my surgery. I think that everyone in first year prefers only that channel only. So that was the first channel, and I have a habit of learning everything in very deep and in very in and I learn everything by enjoying that particular concept or that particular topic. So I have learned from that, and after that, I started doing questions on HackerRank in my second year. And then I have learned machine learning and DevOps automations from different coachings and Udemy and all. And but in that but due to lack of guidance, I was not aware of the fact that in in interviews, the main or hardcore skills is DSA. So I was totally unaware of that, and I was in my third year, and the the placement and the company started coming to our colleges. So I was very confused at that time, and I was having fear that if I didn't get to a good company, then what will be the consequences, and also I have a kind of fear in my mind. But at that time also I didn't even very clear because due to lack of guidance, you can say that I was not know that I was very unaware of the fact that only DSA is very important, and apart from that other all subjects is you have to study all the subjects that is operating systems and DBMS, but the main and hardcore skill that will push you to the greater package is DSA. But I have interest in my data structure, so I have started learning that. I have also learned full stack development, and uh, i would like to uh, I would like to share this thing that only in 4 months I have prepared myself for the Amazon, for that level of preparation that I cracked Amazon, because of my interest in DSA, and because of my because it was fun doing DSA every time for me. So this is the thing, and coming to the resources, and this is our main question. Resources I prefer is Geeks for Geeks and Lead Code. So I don't prefer watching videos. I prefer reading articles more than videos because this is my personal interest. But the videos that are on YouTube. I have two favorite channels on YouTube. That is Pep Coding from Sumit Malik and Take You Forward from Raj Vikramaditya. These are my two favorite YouTubers. So wherever I got stuck in any problem, then I used to prefer their videos. But my most of the learning journey is from Geeks for Geeks and from Lead Code. And also I like to mention the Lead Code discussion because when I solve a question, then I used to see the other solution and the other's approach. And because in this way I can make my mind diverse, which could think of diverse solution. So in this way, I learn step by step. So these are the resources. Except DSA, I learned operating system from the Gate Smashers and DBMS from the Gate Knowledge Channel. So these two are the main, and that's all. That's all. And yes, and also the full stack development. I have learned it from the Udemy and from myself. And mostly full stack development, I have self prepared it by reading documentations and by reading articles.
So you
So
were preparing for full stack developer along with machine learning and AI. So many
because
things.
yeah, actually there were so many things. There were machine learning, automation, DevOps
Automation too.
automation, and I have also learned Ansible. I have also learned AWS cloud, Google cloud. That how engineers work on that. Apart from that, I have learned full stack development, and then finally I went to DSA. So this is my whole
This
journey.
is really great. In just last year, you are doing so much. And DevOps are totally a different field. And then machine learning and AI is a totally different thing. And then the full stack development is a whole different thing. And you are taking all of this thing together. That's like really intelligent person can only do this stuff.
No, I actually I was actually confused that which field I have to choose.
So
So
you did
I'm
everything.
exploring. So I explored everything. And
Okay.
there is also one thing that I want to tell to my juniors, or that you don't need to learn every language. That if you are able to code in any one language, then it is more than enough to crack any interviews or any good company. But in my journey, actually, I was because I have lack of guidance, so I explored every language also. I have explored C, C++, then Python, then Java, then Ruby also. So, but at the end, I came to know in the third year, I came to know that yes, language is not a big issue. But this is a question that my juniors also asked me that Didi, which language should we prefer? So I used to tell them that language is not a big deal or not an issue. You can pick any language, but the main focus you should do on on your logic building and thinking or analytical skills.
Okay, that was my next question, but you already answered it. Like which programming language you should prefer. So any language you can take,
You can
and
take
but the
any.
fundamental should be strong, logic building, and then DSA
Yeah.
part should be strong. So, now this is going to be my last question to you, Nandini. So, what's next about this? For me, my next is to create an impact, just to inspire the youth as much as I can, because I'm earning a really good amount. I'm not equals to you, but little bit less than that. So, I think money just finishes for me. So I just start getting impact. So for you, what's your next?
Okay, so first of all, that money was not my goal, but I'm happy that I have such good package. But and what drives to me here is my interest in DSA and my interest in technical stuff. Not only in DSA, my interest in project making. So, this is all. So that was my interest because of what I am here. That was my interest. That was my passion. And my next goal is not so specific. I just want to learn more about technical things as I'm a fresher and I have really less knowledge about technical things. And I am really very curious to know about technical subjects and projects. I want to make very good projects. So learning is only my next goal. So I don't have any such specific goal till now.
And that's
But
really nice. It's like
yeah,
I also believe that in the starting you should learn first. That then you can deliver.
thank you.
So Nani, as you mentioned that you were not having that much knowledge on that much clear path. So at present now you have. So how people can reach out to you? Is it through LinkedIn? The juniors can reach out to you, like those people who are not in your college or don't know you
My
might.
LinkedIn is always open for everyone and who wants my help, and I replied to all to all who are curious to know about my journey or who are passionate to learn the things. So yes, is LinkedIn is always open for the students or for those who want to
Yeah, I
take
can
my
also
help.
mention one thing here that first time when I messaged you, I got a really positive reply. So everyone will also get him.
And I replied to everyone.
That's really great. So thank you, Nandini. Thanks for being here and sharing your knowledge with everyone. Thanks a lot for this.
Thank you, Akash.
दुनिया याद करे तो मेरे देश को याद करे, मेरे देश के भविष्य को देखें, मेरे देश के लिए दुनिया गर्व से कहें ये एक देश है जो मानव कल्याण का रास्ता दिखा सकता है, विश्व को संकटों से बाहर निकालने का सामर्थ्य इस धरती में है, ये दुनिया को पता चले।